Merry Christmas, everyone. I'm your host, Candace, and welcome to a very special episode. Before we get started, we'd love to give a festive shout out to everyone at Lawrence Tech. Their new varsity esports team is looking for players, so please go to l2athletics.com to find out how you can recruit yourself. We also want to show some love to Hungry Howie's Pizza for all of their help this year in bringing our show to you. Visit hungryhowies.com for contactless delivery from the home of the original Flavor Crust Pizza. The holidays are a great time to catch up on some games, so this week we've compiled the many game reviews from our show this year. Let's roll the first clip.
Dead Cells is a roguelite, Metroidvania action platformer developed by Motion Twin and released to PC, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and Nintendo Switch in 2018, as well as mobile ports for both iOS and Android. If you don't know, a roguelite game is a procedurally generated map that is different every time you go through. In the game, you play as a nameless prisoner trying to escape from the prison, going through different biomes while defeating different monsters and avoiding traps and collecting coins and cells in order to trade for upgrades, perks, and new weapons. Speaking of weapons, there are plenty of them. From the standard sword and bow and arrow to the awesome Spartan sandals, impaler, whips, lightning bolts, boomerangs, shields, grenades, there are plenty of choices. On your journey, you come across different bosses. There are 4 in the base game and 3 more through various DLC. The game does have a permadeath system where if you die, you will lose all the money and cells you have collected unless you have a perk to keep some of it, and will start back at the beginning to try and get through it all again. If the vanilla game is too easy for you, after you beat it once, you can add on boss cells, which increases the difficulty and can take away the number of refills you get for your health potions. You can get the game now on Steam and from the stores of your favorite console. Have fun and good luck.
Chuck back with you for another game review, and I will tell you I am excited for this one. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2, 20 years later, the remastered version, in my opinion, is the best recreated game to date. While offering 4K quality graphics and a soundtrack that throws it right back, the controls feel the same as they did in 1999. All of the maps in the game are just as I remembered. I got my headphones on, hitting the vert with some Primus, or kicking it in the streets with a Tribe Called Quest. And if the maps from 1 and 2 aren't enough, you can create your own park or download others that have been created by the community. So, get out there and see if you can land Tony's famous 900. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2 is available right now on PS4, Xbox One, and PC at the Epic Game Store. As always, good luck and have fun.
What's going on? Kevin back with you, and the hottest battle royale game right now is not your typical shooter. Fall Guys Ultimate Knockout is available now on Steam and PlayStation. Sorry, Switch and Xbox owners, you're gonna have to wait a little bit, but the developers at Mediatonic said they have it on their roadmap. Inspired by the Japanese 80s game show Takeshi's Castle, also known as Most Extreme Elimination Challenge in the US. Fall Guys players are jelly bean-like figurines, and up to 60 of these bad boys battle it out across various maps. To win, all you gotta do is be the last man standing at the end of the round. You can jump, grab other players or certain elements in the game, and dive to get you that extra edge to get you to the end. There are also team-based elements in the game, so pay attention to what color team you are on when playing a team event. Now, if you happen to get eliminated early, stick around and watch the carnage engage. This is the perfect family-friendly battle royale game out on the market, and if you have PlayStation Plus subscription, you can download the game for free. That's right, free. So what are you waiting for? Download Fall Guys right now and join the fun.
Chuck back with you for another game review. This time we're taking a look at the indie hit Stardew Valley. Developed by Concerned Ape and released to all major platforms in 2016, including a mobile port in 2019, heavily inspired by the Harvest Moon series that was exclusive to Nintendo, this simulation RPG puts players in charge of running a farm, which includes tending to crops and raising livestock, among many other things. You start the game as an office worker who is gifted a plot of land by their grandfather and leave the big city to move to Pelican Town, a small, quaint town where everybody knows everybody. There are about 30 people that live in the town. You can choose from a few different farm map layouts, all geared towards how you want to play the game. Do you want to do more fishing, mining, logging, or fighting monsters? You can even pick one that has a little bit of all 4. There are also quests that you can complete to help out the town fixing up the community center, or just help the town mayor look for his lost shorts. With different festivals, birthdays, and celebrations throughout the town, you'll have plenty to do all year long. You can check out this fun and very relaxing chill-type game on Steam and on your favorite console's app store. Chuck back with you for yet another game review. This time, we set sail in the open world that is called Sea of Thieves, available on Xbox and PC. While you can party up with up to 4 players, you'll need the bigger boat named the Galleon, but for today, I played with State Champs Kev, so we picked the much smaller sloop. There are many ways to play Sea of Thieves, from purchasing voyages at any outpost, from the 3 main merchants, or by finding maps and quests scattered throughout the world. No matter what you do, there will be PvP or PvE interaction. Right off the bat, on our first island, we came across a load of treasure, scooped it up, and returned it to an outpost to be cashed in. Next, we found a quest and headed towards the island where we had to fight off some legendary skeletons. On our return to an outpost, a ghost ship appeared from under the water and started to attack us. While we did sink that ghost ship, our ship was heavily damaged and a bigger ship was lurking behind us ready to take advantage, and they did. While we had a lot of fun on our adventure, there are little things in the game that make the experience unique, such as this capture of a partial solar eclipse. The makers of Sea of Thieves are committed to adding fresh content so that your pirate experience will never end. As always, have fun and good luck. Chuck back with you for another game review, and this week we're taking to the sky with a look at the 2020 version of Microsoft Flight Simulator that was just released on August 18th for PC and will be coming to the Xbox Series X. First things first, this game is massive, coming in at a whopping 120 gig download, but you can see why. The game uses Bing Maps as an overlay, so what you're seeing are real satellite images to give the height and terrain for the textures as you fly over. It also uses the internet to give real-time weather and time so you can try and fly through the storm that's happening outside right now. Now, I wouldn't recommend jumping right into your first flight once it downloads. Definitely go through the tutorials to get used to flying. This is a very realistic game, and it's even been used in the past as a training guide for actual pilots. Now, I still have some issues getting in the right position to land, so I just try and enjoy the flight and the scenery as much as I can. So for this flight, I set a course taking off from Selfridge Air Base in Mount Clemens, set a waypoint for Detroit, and I was supposed to land at Detroit Metro Airport. Spoiler alert, I didn't stick the landing. I decided to take the CJ4 jet out, and starting off from Selfridge, since it's right by Lake St. Clair, you have a beautiful view of the water as we make our ascent. Once I get up to cruising altitude, I drop down just a little bit to get that nice shot of downtown Detroit before Little Caesars Arena was built. As always, have fun, good luck, and fly safe. Chuck back with you for another game review, and today it's all about Call of Duty Warzone. Available free to play on Xbox, PlayStation, and PC. It's the second installment of Battle Royales in the COD universe after the Blackout mode from Black Ops 4. With up to 150 players battling it out to be the last man standing, you can compete as a lone wolf, going solo, or you can party up with up to 4 players. What sets Call of Duty above the rest is the ability to respawn after you die. 2 ways this can happen. You'll get sent to the gulag before it closes, and if you win that 1v1 fight, you're back in the game. The other way is by having a teammate buy your respawn from a buy station. And just like any COD game, you have some perks such as UAV or airstrikes, but this time you have to purchase them from said buy stations. To get cash is simple. Find it scattered throughout the map or by picking up cash from a player you just eliminated. So get out there and test your skills to become the last man standing. As always, good luck and have fun. Chuck back with you for another game review, and today's game is not only a game for the PC, but Android and iOS as well. Among Us is a multiplayer 2D game where you are a crew member or an imposter. As a crew member, your objective is to complete your task while trying to avoid being killed by the imposter. The imposter's objective is to kill and sabotage everyone without getting voted out. You can only chat with each other to figure out who the imposter is during meetings, but watch out, that imposter will make you think they are one of the crewmates, so vote wisely. If you happen to be killed by an imposter, you will turn into a ghost and will not be able to chat live with the players, but you are able to complete your tasks to help out and become victorious. This 2018 game has become popular among Twitch streamers as of late, and now the developers have expressed interest in a second game, sometime in the near future. As always, good luck and have fun.
Kevin with you for this week's game review, and we're going back to Fall Guys. Season 2 is here, which means new maps. While some of the maps from Season 1 are still in the game, there have been small tweaks to keep the experience fresh with the old maps. But let's talk about the new maps. You can see the devs at Mediatonic have come up with a medieval theme for the new season, and all that is missing is a jousting competition. The first time I played this level, I did not make it thanks to the swinging logs with the spikes constantly knocking me off. I expect the developers to continue to make more tweaks within the game this season, so fire back up Fall Guys Ultimate Knockout. Good luck and have fun.
Chuck back with you for another game review, and this week we're riding the nostalgia train as we check out Super Mario 3D All-Stars for the Nintendo Switch. This 3-in-1 game comes with Super Mario Sunshine, Galaxy, and my personal favorite Mario game in the series, and the one we'll focus on today, Mario 64. Coming out back in 1996 for the N64, hence the name, this groundbreaking game was the first in the series to be in 3D, and this port to the Switch has everything you remember from the original version. Your favorite levels, and your least, I'm looking at you, wall kicks will work. All the shortcuts, clips, endless staircases are back, as well as Bowser kidnapping Princess Peach and luring Mario into the castle. So do your best to try and collect all 120 stars and figure out how to open that cannon outside the castle. Defeat King Koopa and rescue Peach so Mario can hopefully get that cake that was promised to him. As always, have fun and good luck.
Our assistant esports manager, Joel Graves, has been eagerly awaiting the release of the World of Warcraft expansion, Shadowlands. So he put together this look of the game.
As we are currently in World of Warcraft's 16th anniversary since it was launched, Blizzard Entertainment is launching their new and latest expansion, Shadowlands, on November 23rd. As we welcome this new expansion, it comes with new zones within the game, which includes Aldenwald, Revendreth, Bastion, Maldraxxus, and the Maw. Both players, old and new, are excited for the new expansion after coming off of a somewhat lackluster expansion of Battle for Azeroth. This is going to be a very exciting time for players as the expansion drops right before the holidays hit, so there should be a lot of time for players to get in there and experience the new expansion.
Chuck back with you for another game review, and since we're getting close to Halloween, it's time to check out some horror games. We'll start off with the hugely popular Phasmophobia. The fear of ghosts is where this game gets its title, and it delivers on that, giving me a few jumps and scares while I was playing a couple of solo missions. Oh, there's your ghost, guys. Happy? You got your ghost. You have multiple objectives on each of your missions. The main goal is to identify the type of ghost that is haunting the house. To do that, you have to fill out your journal with what you find. Were there cold spots? Did the ghost talk to you in the spirit box? There it is. Did it write in the book? EMF activity? Richard Moore, are you here? All of those will help you figure out what you are dealing with. You can team up with some friends, and I highly recommend you do that to take down these houses, or as you get more advanced, high schools and asylums. If you really want to scare, try this one out in VR, but in the meantime, make sure you watch your sanity and hide or get out of the house when the lights start to flicker. As always, have fun, good luck, and stay safe.
Kevin with you for this week's game review, and we go back to the mid-90s for this one. A couple of LucasArts point-and-click games from the adventure genre. Obviously, Star Wars was one of the great things to come out of the LucasArts game studios, but they have produced some quality games such as Monkey Island, and today we look at The Day of the Tentacle and Full Throttle. Both remastered and available across most platforms, and is included with Xbox Live's Game Pass. You'll be traveling back in time in The Day of the Tentacle to stop the evil purple tentacle from taking over the world. Solve those puzzles and help Bernard and friends to stop Dr. Fred's creation. And next up is 1995's Full Throttle. A little tidbit here, Mark Hamill, aka Luke Skywalker, lends his voice just like he has with the Joker in the many Batman games out there. The plot has an aging motorcycle company owner who is near death and is afraid of the VP taking over. The two run into a gang on their way to the shareholder meeting. Now, I don't want to give away any more spoilers with this because this one is a good one. If you are looking for something different from today's style of games, check out these games right now. I'm Kevin, good luck, and have fun.
Chuck back with you for another game review. This week, we're taking a look at Totally Accurate Battle Simulator from Landfall Games.
There's a lot of mindless fun to be had in this wacky physics-based tactics game. Originally released on April Fools of 2019, it's still in early access, but there are a lot of things you can do. A campaign that shows you the basics. If you want to try out something on your own, then there's a sandbox mode. Like, who would win between a bunch of mammoths and a bunch of reapers? The answer? 18 reapers will take down 21 mammoths. Each unit has a cost with it, and in the campaign you have to stay under a certain number. The worst ones are when you can only have 1 or 2 units on the field. In Sandbox, you put as many as you want, as long as your PC can handle that much on the screen. But with options from Medieval, Pirate, Wild West, Viking, Spooky, Farmer, Ancient, and of course, having the googly eyes option turned on, you can spend a lot of time setting up battles in Sandbox mode to see who would emerge victorious. Like Pirates vs. Ninjas, 100 Peasants vs. 50 Halflings, or 1 Da Vinci tank vs. 2 Zeus, or my personal favorite, the Swordcaster vs. anything. They are seriously OP. As always, have fun and good luck.
Today, we're going to be covering the highly anticipated Cyberpunk 2077. CD Projekt Red's Cyberpunk finally released on December 10th. While the game had a bit of a rocky launch due to some bugs and glitches, it came to an overall very excited player base. Jumping right into making a new character, you have a lot of options to mess with. And I do mean a lot. From teeth to nails to cyberware in your face to crazy hair color and beard combos, and yes, even that. One thing to keep in mind though is that there really is only 2 voice options, male and female, and there isn't much room for body weight customization. Despite this, you'll be able to make some pretty awesome looking characters, and crazy ones too if you're into that. The combat itself is pretty slick. Gunplay feels nice, getting headshots actually feels powerful, although it is an RPG so it won't be an instant headshot. However, one thing I noticed is the melee combat can feel a bit clunky in regards to the fact that it doesn't really swing or block with the way you're moving. But other than that, it's very, very smooth. On top of all this, there's also huge amounts of customizable guns, gear, clothes, all with their own stats and random bonuses. Not to mention, you like that one leather jacket you got a lot? With the crafting system, you can keep upgrading the gear that you like and keep it relevant stat-wise. I know it's one of my favorite features because I can't get enough of these sick aviators. One of my favorite aspects of this game is the ability to add cybernetics, which are body modifications. You can use these to jump higher, fight with blades in your arms, or even slow down time during combat. There have been a few glitches and crashes, primarily on the old gen consoles. However, there have been a few on newer gen and PC as well. CD Projekt Red has already addressed a few of these, made a couple patches. There are going to be some bigger ones coming out for the old gen consoles. Personally, I didn't really come across any. The story is fantastic. It feels refreshing and different from a lot of games recently, taking place over a huge map. I'm about 30 hours or so in myself, and I'm still enjoying the story. It's well paced, gives you time to explore. Almost every side quest gives you more lore about Night City, or ties back into the main story. You play as V, a new merc coming into Night City through a prologue that is different depending on which path you chose in the very beginning of character customization. You then proceed to make a name for yourself in the city, with gangs, cops, and even doing different kinds of bounties and bounty hunting here and there in between. All in all, even with some small issues, the game is a blast. Since I got it, I haven't been able to play anything else. If you're a fan of RPGs, action games, or hell, just like to explore, this is the game for you.
And that is it for this all gaming episode. We've had a blast bringing you all of these reviews all year long, and we'll have even more in 2021. Before we go, don't forget to sign up your team for our Overwatch Winter Tournament at our website, statechampsesports.net. The registration deadline is January 4th, and the competition kicks off on January 18th. We'll be back next week with the final episode of 2020. Hope to see you then.